Welcome back, everybody, to GX Esports. We're in the home stretch here. This is the last match of the losers bracket, the finals of the losers bracket, and the winner of this match will rise back up to face Untitled, the artist formerly known as Shanks, in the championship match here at the GX Esports 5v5 Battlefront tournament. 5 hours later, we are still going. Lots of learnings from today. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. We're going to make our next events even quicker, more streamlined, but it's got to happen. So we're joining this in the middle. We are doing a cargo match. And we're going to go right in and see how the leader of the Jungle Cats is doing. Now, I've played this map a few times. This was part of the free DLC package that came out from DICE to promote The Force Awakens, so you'll recognize a lot of those downed AT-ATs on Jakku. And the map's kind of neat because there's lots of little nooks and crannies to hide in, a big cavern network off to one side. So it's not as open as you might think, even though you've got a big canyon in the middle there. So right now we're following Gazelle King, and that's the team captain on the Jungle Cats. Dage is going to be a vicious opponent. He wants revenge on ASL from his last game, having been defeated. So they're going to be pushing hard to wipe these guys off the map pretty quick. But don't count Jungle Cats out. They've got some moxie. They're new to our tournament scene. First tournament they competed in with us. And I think they've got the moxie to go all the way. So let's see what happens. Little emote there from Master Qui-Gon, getting a little cocky with his hand clapping emote. So one cool thing about Battlefront is you got these little character emotes to add some flavor. Unfortunately, they don't have a teabagging emote. That would have been cool, but DICE didn't feel the need to put that in yet. So let's jump over here and see how Gazelle is doing. Currently the score is tied, again with cargo. It's a five pieces of cargo for each team, and as each team starts to steal each other's cargo, that score will go down and up. And the first team to hit 10 pieces of cargo in their stash wins the game, or it could time out at 13 minutes. So it looks like it's pretty furious. We've got Gazelle using the vantage point. That's usually the upper level of the canyon to do the sniping. You just got to trust that those drop pods drop where you want them. And here he is using a jetpack rocket launcher combo, and he just took that guy out. Gazelle killed Cyrus, and that was just a play of the game so far. That was a beautifully executed jetpack jump with a rocket. And here he is. Gazelle is being really cagey about staying close to that cover, and good use of his star card there. First person action. His jetpack timer respawn is just right on par. He is a guy who knows his cooldowns and he knows what he's doing. I don't see anybody making a dedicated push yet. Let's bounce over to Dage, see what his team's up to here. Detach camera here, and we'll have a look and see what's happening at the spot. And we're way far from the action here, guys. As you can see, the Imperial cargo is untouched at the moment. We've got Dage moving in. Moving through the canyons there. Now, what he's holding right now is a Hut Contract Blaster. It's the not the Rhodium Blaster. I can't remember the exact one. I want to say it's a DL-18, I think. Could be wrong on that one there, but yeah. The action's heating up, but we still have a 5-on-5. There's been no scoring yet. It looks like these guys are more occupied with taking each other down and getting those kills. I hope they don't forget they actually are playing in objective mode, but I'm sure that's all good. Well, let's have a look and see what Kalos is doing over on the Imperial side there with Jungle Cats. He's got his sniper rifle out, the Tuscan sniper, and there's the E11 making good use of that automatic pulse rifle. Getting pretty intense over here, and wow, thermal imploder. I only got one guy with that imploder. It's never a good feeling. You always feel good when you get like 5 guys with a thermal imploder. It's almost like a waste of it. Go back over to Qui-Gon on Deathwatch's team, playing a Weequay Rebel for all you fan enthusiasts out there. Jumping around these AT-ATs, they provide great cover. And there is also turrets littered throughout the map as well. They are just there by default. They're not required to be thrown down. Really good to pick those up. They are put there for a reason. And look at that sneaky move. Kalos snuck out and killed him and suffered some karma of his own. So let's see how Qui-Gon's doing here on Deathwatch's team. Looks like they've set a little defense perimeter up, but I don't see anybody on Dage's team unless Dage himself is already at the other end. And it looks like he is. Commander Dage is looking at sneaking in solo to grab a piece of cargo. Currently they're behind the gun. Jungle Cats is ahead by one piece of cargo. And as the timer counts down, all it takes is that one piece of cargo. Because this match will time out at some point, and whoever's got the most cargo wins. So Dage is clearing the area first. He's not doing the typical... Oh, here we go. And yeah, see, that's the tricky part about this game mode, is that there's always lurkers. So you want to do your best to clear the area out, then go for the grab. Does you no good to grab it, and then just get taken down pretty quick. So Dage was being careful, but it didn't work. Let's see how Darth Exile is doing over on Jungle Cats. He's getting some altitude. Looks like he's the team's resident sniper. Hanging back. He's their defense, which is good. Probably could use a couple more guys over there on that side. Got a little power up hanging over there. See what he sees. And this is the cavern network I was telling you about down the side there. He's going to grab the power up. Looks like he got a proximity bomb, which is really great for defense. Let's see what he does with it. Yep, sure enough, he's going to chuck that right on the cargo crate, the carrier. So that's the key strategy right there. So anybody who comes near that cargo carrier is going to get that proximity bomb go off. And if they're not savvy enough to jetpack out or roll out, they're going to get nailed by it. Let's see what's happening over here on Dage's team. Death Watch. And then he's got another power up. What's he getting? Card refresh. So card refresh is basically you can use a star card and then you just activate your special to replenish your cooldown on that star card. So essentially you get two uses of a star card. Darth Exile doing really good at holding down his base. And now we're following Darth Exile. See how he's doing. He's really doing a great job in keeping Deathwatch out of his cargo area. And let's see how Tricky Silence doing there, doing a run. So Tricky Silence moving in. Again, a little bit of a solo op. He's scouting the area out to see if there's any rebels. And doesn't look like he's got a lot of activity over there. Let's see what's going on with the rebel defense over here. We've got a few of the rebels. Got about 2 or 3 of these guys defending their area. I got about 3 of them. So they've got a good guard going on themselves. But nobody's really doing a big push on Deathwatch's side. Bushwookie's playing it safe, back at base. He's the resident defense. Qui-Gon, usually a pretty aggressive player. He's sneaking up there and he's going to grab a power up here and see what he gets. And a +1 charge. So that gives him an extra use for any of his special abilities. And an infantry turret. He's activated his explosive shot in preparation. He's getting out of there. Now this cavern network on the outside is great for sneaking around. But it looks like Deathwatch is playing it pretty close to the chest. I don't see a lot of aggressive cargo running coming from them. Even Dage himself is getting shut down by Jungle Cat, so quite interesting to see. So we're following Darth Exile right now, and he's standing firm as defense. And one of the things that's really hard when you're playing defense is that urge to get out there and do some damage. And it takes a really strong defensive player to know that his job is to back the team up. And Exile is doing that right now. He's staying where he is at, and he's doing his role, despite the fact that his teammates are way up there in the thick of it. So having said that, I'll look at Tricky Silent here. And they're pretty close, but again, nobody's making that rush. They're ahead, mind you. So they're really ahead by 1 at the 6-minute mark. You know, it is a good lead, but you know, they could get a little more to give them that safety net. Deathwatch is persevering, and it looks like Dage is moving through the cavern network. And most of the time you can get through here pretty untouched. You don't usually have a lot of firefights going on in there, but it's worthwhile to keep somebody there. And he's coming up on Darth Exile, and let's see what happens here between these two. And Exile gets him. And that's a long walk back home, I'll tell you, because those caverns are not short. So Dage is going to go back to his respawn, and he's have to decide if he wants to make that long trek through that tunnel again. He would probably come at it a different way, knowing that Exile's waiting for him. Good job on Exile. Let's see how Cyrus is doing over on the Rebels, Deathwatch. Looks like they've failed to get a coherent strategy going at this point. I see A lot of the Death Watch team just huddling around their base and playing a defensive style. And Gazelle, team captain for Jungle Cats, takes out one more rebel, and it looks like they've got a free reign to get this. It's just a matter if they do. Let's see what happens right here. Let's follow this down and see. And it looks like, yep, they've taken it. And they're going to hit the back route, which looks like it's undefended. And he's going. Clicking on my part there. And Botangi, a little bit of a cult hero. Oh, and he goes down. But, you know, one of his team can recover that cargo. It doesn't look like they're going to get a chance to. It's up to Death Watch on whether or not they can reset it. It looks like they're going to reset that cargo. No. No, it looks like Jungle Cats is going to keep that cargo in play for a little bit longer. No, it looks like Death Watch is going to reset that cargo. So that opportunity lost. That was a great play by Botangi. Didn't quite rise to heroic levels. Let's see what's happening over here with Darth Exile. Wow, that guy is still there. Kudos to Exile. He is just, must be eating some Cheetos and sitting down catching a suntan, because he is not moving from his perch. Now he's going into the cave a little bit. And let's see what's going on with the Imperials. And they're at various stages of making potentially another run on it. We're at the 4-minute mark now, guys. So Dage here is probably at this point needing to formulate a really solid strategy to get at least one and force an overtime game, which would be a draw. And if that happens, we queue up the same match again. But let's hope that there's a clear winner here. Good headshot from Dage. Let's see what's going on through his point of view. We're taking the back route, which is good. I'm sure that Jungle Cats would have figured this one out. They're not going to leave that, and I think Dage has figured that out as well, and he's going to go a different route. Yeah. So Dage is staying alive for his team, but again, we're at the 3-minute mark, and that score hasn't moved. So see how Darth Exile is doing. Let's check in with Gazelle. Gazelle is team captain for the Jungle Cats. And it looks like they're in defense mode, so they don't really have a big urge to get out there. And we'll see what Tricky Silent's doing on the Imperials. They're not really pushing hard. At this point, they've got the lead. They can literally afford to defend that cargo area for the next 3 minutes. And as you know, cheap as that might sound, that's a viable strategy at this point. You can count that time. That's why the timer is there. You know, if that's your strategy, that's your play. It goes to our boys over at Death Watch to counter that. So here we are watching Dage, and seeing him in his third person as he's moving around. And you know, I'm sensing not quite that same level of aggressiveness that I've seen in previous games. So it could be the map, it could be the game mode, but Dage is playing it really cautious. Of course, it is a different strategy for this game mode versus Drop Zone, so we're probably seeing a different side to him. But he doesn't really have a lot of support up there. Darth Exile is waiting for him. He knows that. And he's playing this really smart right now. He's going to flush him out. And we'll see how he does. He's going to take him out probably first. Oh, and he misses with the rocket and rolls. Dage got out of that, and it didn't quite last. We'll see how Qui-Gon's doing on Death Watch, and again, back at their base. And they're putting up a good defense. I mean, they haven't really lost any cargo since that first one, but the trick with this is you got to get the cargo and defend the cargo. So you got to have a two-pronged approach to your tactics here. And right now it looks like Death Watch has just got that one side. They've got their defense down. They've learned from that lesson, but that one cargo they lost is going to cost them. Looks like Gazelle is moving in for another grab. And nope, he's back at base defending. Looks like they're going to ride this guys out. We're at a 1 minute mark for this, guys, with a score of 6-4 in favor of Jungle Cats. And it looks like they're going to ride the timer out. So let's go see what Dage is going to pull off. See Bush Wookie there. He's doing good. Don't count the underdog. He was on defense earlier. Then he's going down. Kalos is taking him down. Qui-Gon. See what Qui-Gon is down. Rebels are falling left, right, and center. Dage is back on. And you can now tell that the playstyle is getting a little aggressive. But they've got 36 seconds to grab a cargo and get it back. Now, one thing to note, the timer in this game will keep going if somebody's in possession of cargo. So all Dage needs to do at this point is grab that cargo, and the timer will extend. They will not end the match if another team is in possession of a piece of cargo. So really, he's got 15 seconds to grab that cargo. Otherwise, it looks like Deathwatch is being eliminated from this event, and we get to see newcomers Jungle Cats head up to the finals to take on Untitled, aka Shanks. And they did it. What a huge upset. We had Deathwatch going in as a fan favorite for this tournament, their second tournament with us, and they were defeated by Jungle Cats. Great job for both teams. Hats off to the captains for both.